yet.
Good, you do the talking. It's your job now.
This is a scenic stoplight.
Indeed.
We are on the way to get Heather's eyes fixed or looked at for fixing.
Exactly. Vitally important stuff today.
Yes. Because it is much easier to be on the road when you can see the road.
Yes. Facts. Yes. Right now, I would like to be checking my eyelids for holes.
Yeah. That can be later.
Later parts of today include what now? Because I forgot.
We are going to hit up a craft store so that we can obtain a single marker suitable for writing on silicone molds.
Yes, that's true.
And then we are going to write the scrambler.
Ah, yes. Later today, we're going to the Reynoldsburg Tomato Festival. Because Reynoldsburg, Ohio believes it's the birthplace of the tomato. And I have no idea why they think this.
South America may have some opinions on this matter.
Reynoldsburg is noted as the birthplace of the tomato, as internationally recognized horticulturalist Alexander Livingston was the first to develop the tomato for commercial use. He introduced the Paragon tomato in 1870, which became the first commercially grown tomato, courtesy of the Truro Historical Society. So yeah, we'll give that a shot. We'll film some of that and give you guys a time.
Because right now, this road trip just looks like North Columbus burbs.
It does. It looks like a road. And actually right now for me, I've got a flat of gray with some markings on it. Pretty sure that's road. A whole bunch of black. Pretty sure those are trees. And a great big sky that looks the same color as the road, only brighter. So,
to be fair, that's fairly accurate.
Oh, that's good to know.
Except for the black looks kind of green. Also, giant building coming up.
Taking your word for that, too. Oh, yeah, I see. Building. Or at least not tree.
Yeah.
Trees don't grow in that shape.
Not without some aggressive pruning.
Which somebody probably has done somewhere. It's a topiary building. Which is not to be confused with a building where they grow topiaries. I want to know where that word came from. Topiary. Sounds French. Only because I blame the French for every weird word. Unless it has too many consonants and then it's Gaelic. That might have been it.
That might have been it.
Alright then.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely
So now we're taking the scenic detour. That's right, that's how I drive. So I feel very at home. Like, I know how to get there. You drive until you see it, then you do a turnaround and go back.
Yes, exactly.
A friend of mine used to live up in this neighborhood, and for the longest time I knew how to get there by aim to get to this place, miss it, get lost, turn left, and then you'll be there. And it worked every time. I just couldn't give anybody directions to it.
Okay, for an eye institute, your sign should be bigger.
Yes, yes it should. Our stop today is the Wexner Medical Center Havener Eye Clinic in Westerville, and I am going to go see an ophthalmologist who can hopefully agree with the Texas eye doctor that my eyes have fast-growing cataracts that need to be fixed before I can see anything. So, we're going to go inside, see what that's about. I'll get back to you later. Alright folks, I have gone and seen the eye doctor. I can't see the screen on my phone right now, but I've seen the eye doctor. So you might know by the shades and the inner shades that, yeah, they did a dilation test. They did a bunch of dilation tests. Anyway, the ultimate diagnosis basically is that my left eye is exactly as bad as I think it is, and they agree that cataract surgery is absolutely necessary on that eye. They also said that the right eye is borderline, doesn't have to have it today, but will probably have to have it in a month anyway, so they might as well just do both eyes. So here are some fun images from the biometric scan they did at this visit. The image on the bottom is from the left eye, and the image on the top is from the right eye. And the only part of this that I understand at all, because I'm not an ophthalmologist, is that when you look at that colored image, a normal eye is predominantly green. You can see that mine are predominantly yellow-orange shading into red. Green would be like the flat areas, and red, orange, yellow would be the areas that are raised. This has to do with like astigmatism and things like that. Anything else in this image, I don't understand at all. But if you look at the far right, there's a column that says fixation, and you can see on mine that my fixation point for the left eye and my fixation point for the right eye are incredibly different. Like, very, very different. So I can't imagine that that's a good thing. But yeah, if you're an ophthalmologist and can explain to me what I'm looking at here, I'd be happy to hear it. Please leave a note in comments. So yeah, that's the status of the eyeballs. Now what I have to do is make the money work out so that I can pay to have both of these surgeries done. So that's the next hurdle. And honestly, I started the process of that like a month ago, so I'm just waiting for everybody to, the eye clinic that I went to has their own financial aid, so they're having their social worker look that over. And then I've also done some work with the state of Ohio. We're trying to see if we can make that access to medical care happen there. If that comes through, that would be the best, because I have like 2 other medical issues also that I should also have looked at and taken care of. But the eyes are the one that are preventing me from driving and working and, that kind of thing. So anyway, I wanted to let you guys know that that's what today's road trip has been about so far, but we've got more road trip coming up today, so stay tuned. Yay, part 2 of today's road trips.
Welcome, people of the internet.
So let's see, we did the eye doctor thing, and I chatted a little bit while you were out in the garden about, what came of that, and now we're on our way to, where are we going? Michael's?
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to go to a craft store, and let's see, the original point of the craft store is to pick up a xylene marker, because that's apparently the only compound that will write on silicone, because I do that all the time. Silicon is an element. Silicone is an element plus a bunch of stuff.
Element plus an E.
Yeah. And, so that's the stated purpose of going to the craft store, but for those of you who craft, we're going to leave there with more than just a marker. So I've got some Sculpey that I want to pick up for a project, and I'm not sure what Janet's going to buy.
Jen's probably going to look at...
Oh, I haven't named you on this channel. Do you want named on this channel?
I can be named on this channel.
Okay.
Hello, people of the internet.
And the friend I've been staying with is Janet.
Ooh, that apple tree just has branch problems.
Oh no.
One of its branches is no longer attached.
Oh, yep, that's a problem.
But, I am going to be looking at their what sort of resin molds and things they have.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay.
I know Michael's tends to be less fiber artsy than
Yes.
Joanne's.
Yeah, so neither of us regularly shop at Michael's because we're usually looking for yarn craft stuff, and that's better to get at Joann's kind of place. But my experience of the two stores is that Michael's tends to have better drawing tools, so I think they're much more likely to know what a xylene marker is and be more likely to have it in a fine point. So that is part of why we're going to Michael's instead. And so none of us neither of us anyway, need any more silicone molds, but we're both gonna go look at them anyway, so that's gonna happen. So I'll look at a thing and go, wow, that feels interesting. Hey Janet, what is this? Because that, for those of you who don't have regular eye exams, getting your pupils dilated is a thing that they do when you have messed up eyeballs, and it does render it a little challenging to see for the next 6 hours or so. So yeah, my vision's a little messed up at the moment. It'll get better. So if you can't see anything in this video, that's because I can't actually see what I'm aiming at. So maybe you're getting road trip and maybe you're getting dashboard. I can't really tell. If you drive up 71 and go through Columbus, once you get just north of 270, the Polaris exits are the next exits that you hit. And then if you take an abrupt left turn at Polaris, you end up at the Columbus Zoo. Highly recommend, if you ever come to Columbus, go to the Columbus Zoo. It is one of the best zoos in the United States, in my personal opinion. If you've ever heard of Jack Hanna, who ended up on tons of television shows about animals for a long time, Jack Hanna's zoo is the Columbus Zoo, and he was very much the Steve Irwin of Ohio, so definitely check that out. They have what kind of penguins?
Humboldt penguins.
If you ever need to know what kind of penguins at a given zoo, Janet probably knows the answer to that.
Team Penguin.
Yay, Team Penguin.
Shout out to all my penguin peeps.
Heck yeah. Okay, I have to ask, if a penguin were going to do a shout out, what does it sound like? I don't know what a penguin sounds like. Oh, that's an exciting sound.
They're
kind of bird-like.
The penguin from the 66 Batman series actually is probably the most accurate penguin noise making.
Fascinating.
Of all of the Batman villains. But there is a type of penguin that is now more commonly called the black-footed penguin.
Because they have black feet.
Yes. It used to be called the jackass penguin because it sounded like a braying donkey.
Well, alright then. That is a bit of penguin history I did not know. Jackass penguin. That's hilarious. But I understand why in today's political climate that is referred to as a black-footed penguin.
You're going to be editing out much of the penguin trivia, aren't you?
No, that's the best part of this video. I'm leaving all that penguin trivia in. Are you kidding me? Alrighty, we're going to go in, do some shopping. Gonna spare you guys that because really, it's just shopping. And my hand's tired. Alright, we are hanging out at a Kroger parking lot. Anyway, we did make it to Michael's, and we picked up the kind of marker that we need to write on silicone molds. We might also picked up some Sculpey and maybe some glitter, and we might have a craft problem, but it's totally okay. And then part 3 of today's road trip coming up next. So as you can see behind me, I am at the Reynoldsburg Tomato Festival. La la, see all the festivalness, very exciting. I can't really see where I'm going, but hanging out at the Tomato Fest. So this is your outing for the week, road trip. We have a scrambler. Also have what I learned as a Cajun cliffhanger. I think here it's called the Roundup. And behind that you can see a silver streak, one of my favorites. This fellow here is trying to win $100. If he can hang for 2 full minutes, he might actually get it. We were so busy having a good time at the Reynoldsburg Tomato Festival that I completely forgot to film the rest of the day. But we did get 2 rides in on the scrambler. We had an elephant ear and a banh mi and a corn dog or a hot dog, shared a thing of French fries. So, we did the usual fair things like you do, festival things like you do, and then we headed back home.